Formality when we come back from recess, or just we're back from recess?
Just say we're back on the record.
We're back on the record, back from recess. We're in the process of having a conversation. We're inside the public hearing on the cannabis legislation. Does anybody else on the board have any other comment?
I just had one more comment, because as I was talking with trustee Ryobi too, and just clarifying some things. I do just want to also emphasize that we are,
Speak to my.
sorry, I do want to emphasize that we are following the state law. We're not doing anything different other than just making sure that we're not hinging everything on the medical component of it, because that is.
Oh, that's.
Oh my God, who's that?
Kevin,
Mr. Lashes.
All right,
Well,
All right.
anyway, as I was just saying, yeah,
it's an election in November.
yeah, we are like, the state law still has a 2,000 foot restriction. I personally, I mean, without knowing what things will look like, I do feel like we are in a stronger position if the state changes their law to restrict, for us to keep ours in that same place. And that's where I would prefer to stay. So I do just want to remind folks that all we're doing is taking out the part which we can get in trouble for, which is the preemption for medical concerns.
Don?
Hi, so I didn't read Dennis's letter because I wasn't available. So that's why I wanted to just kind of see what he had to say. Again, this is a topic as a parent, as I've said before, that I understand like both sides. I know the kids go into town, and you want it to be a safe place for them. And there's other things obviously going on in the village that we're constantly trying to stay on top of. However, also it was mentioned that, the dispensaries, they're still gonna be 2,000 feet away from each other. And I don't think that it's going to be a place that people will be hanging out in front of. I think people just sort of, from what I've seen, go in and get whatever they need to and they leave. And so I've given this a lot of thought. I thought that this was put to bed. Here we are still with it. And I am going to side with the 2,000 feet. That is the legislation that's put before us.
Thank you.
That's my feeling.
Guess I'm the last explicit reason. I too thought this was put to bed and it's like a headache, it's like a tension headache right here. It's disheartening because as a parent, I get it. As a community member, I also get it. As an adult, I don't care for any recreational anything. So I don't have any skin in the game for or two. But if we're going to have to face the idea of, and I'm not even talking about litigation, I'm just talking about, we knew that the medicinal has no grounds, no merits. We can't touch it. If the state basically says 2,000, at this point, this is where you are. You can't hear me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Is your mic
Much
on?
better?
Mike's not in there, just too far.
Sorry, my apologies. It very well may be on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, much better. All right, so like I said, I do understand from a parent's perspective. I have no skin in the game. I don't do recreational or anything. So I'm not for or against. I do understand the community's concerns, but I also understand where we are as a village. So we all know that we can't touch the medicinal. It is what it is. So that this 2,000 feet, right? 2,000 feet for recreational adult use is where the state is. And if that's what we need to stand on for the moment, that's what we need to stand on. So I'm gonna have to say. I mean, we're doing this, but this is where we are. I think increase it.
All right, any other comments from the board? Any other public comments? Why don't we, this round, we'll just limit to 1 minute. For anybody doing a follow-up.
I only need 40 seconds. I think
I represent probably the largest,
Closer to you.
I represent the largest individual landholder in Nyack, the private property in the Nyacks. That property, literally, one of them's for sale right now, the private lot. But second one is gonna go up as 10 full acres for sale tomorrow as a result of this vote. And I want you to know that votes have larger impact than just what you guys are doing, like, fine, vote the dispensaries in. But people who own and really care about the land, want to keep things alive in the Nyacks are gonna disappear. I don't want to invest millions of dollars into a town. It's gonna have a dispensary on every corner. So, you know, we're gonna be up for sale. So I would ask you guys not vote tonight. Consider it a little bit more deeply. Consider that this vote really does impact the character of this town for a long, long time. You don't have to vote tonight. All right.
Could I ask a question for somebody that? Yeah, didn't you mention something about four of them? I
Yes,
wanted to hear,
yes.
so tell me.
So you could increase it to 2,500 square feet, 2,500 feet. Well, because at 2,000 feet, you could end up with one in front of town hall. You could have a medical dispensary, you could have communal kitchen, and you'll have treehouse. Because that's all 2,000 feet apart, and you end up with 3 recreational and a medical.
That's not true. 2,000 feet from communication would be basically down to the waterfront.
Move down Broadway, you can do it, you can fit it in, you'll end up with another one. So where's the map that I left here, and then it shows you that you can put it. So all I'm saying is, you all seem a little confused about it. Take a little more time and think about an appropriate adjustment to that law. You have no rush, you have a tolling agreement in place. You do not need to vote on it tonight. And if there's any doubt in anyone's mind and you're just doing it because you feel like this is the only recourse, you can increase it 2,500 feet. And then you don't get the community, you don't get the recreational, which was the intent of that previous law. Maybe not for you, Joe, but that was the intent of the law that you voted in, which is supposed to be valid and constitutional, and you're just wiping it out, you're pulling it out without really thinking about it. You're saying, one, we have a threat of a lawsuit and we have to do something about it. We entered into tolling agreements to stop the lawsuit. You're hanging your hat on the medical part of this thing, great. Okay, I get it. I'd like to understand where it says that you can't do that, first of all, but if you can't do it, and the statute or the regulations say you can't do it, then adjust the distance to 2,500 feet. Because then you get the outcome that you're looking for. Don't vote.
Just to clarify, 2,000 feet from basically any position in downtown that's more than 2,000 feet away from Treehouse covers all the downtown. 2,000 feet from Communal Kitchen would cover basically down to the waterfront, would cover to Cedar Hill, and would cover all the way north. Yeah, it would.
Do you want to see it? Want me to call it out for you?
It's 1,200 feet from Communal Kitchen to the folk park,
It's what?
1,200 feet,
From where?
Communal, here.
To where we are. Yeah, it's 1,200 feet from Communal Kitchen to where we're now, it's 1,200 feet.
So, look, you have that, this is Starbucks. This is Treehouse. This is where Communal Kitchen is, in lines in here.
We're not
So,
measuring from Starbucks.
I understand that.
Yeah,
But that's what you had before. You said 2,000
we're
feet.
measuring from whatever dispensary opens in the downtown.
Okay,
And virtually anywhere in the downtown, if you go 2,000 feet from anywhere in the downtown,
right?
you're outside the village.
No, all I'm saying is increase this radius to 2,500, 2,300. And then you don't get that.
No, but you're measuring it from Starbucks.
Wait, I'm measuring
If you
from,
measure it from,
anyone-
here's Communal Kitchen, 2,000 feet from Communal Kitchen covers everything. It does.
okay, so what about if this applicant gets in first,
Then there'd be.
then there's this, and then you have another spot.
You're saying for this quarter block here.
Yeah,
There'd be a block between.
so you end up, you get, if you
But if
have,
you do 2,500, listen, let's go, we're done. 2,500 feet, if you did anything more than 2,000 feet, now all of a sudden, now all of a sudden Treehouse now starts to block the downtown. So it becomes, now all of a sudden you can't open downtown because of Treehouse.
Yeah, but then you get the same result of the law.
2,000 feet, when we did the law 3 months ago, we looked at 2,000 feet in a variety of ways, and we looked at 2,000 feet from most places in downtown Nyack, and once you put any location in the commercial district in downtown Nyack, 2,000 feet blocked anything else in downtown Nyack. Absolutely. All right, now just to make clear, I just want to make one thing clear again about my vote is that I understand that when we did this, there's some concern about the potential of litigation. That's all I'm concerned about. I believe that there's a concern that the legislation is flawed fatally because of the reliance on a proximity measurement from a medicinal dispensary. I think that's a major concern. But to me, the thing is just a fundamental fairness that we went into it months ago with the idea that we didn't want dispensaries opening on every corner. This law would prevent dispensaries from opening next to each other, would prevent them from opening within 2,000 feet of each other. And I think that strikes a fair balance between allowing some dispensaries to open downtown and having no dispensaries, recreational dispensaries downtown. All right. Can I get a motion to close the public hearing? Can I just make a motion? All right, people have already spoken. We've heard you've made your arguments. We've heard from almost everybody here.
That's true. That's fair.
And we've heard from you before as well. And I respect that. We got a letter from you, as well. Dennis, do I have any legal, what am I, is motion to close?
Can I make a comment question? Maybe just comment question.
You control the meeting.
All right, I just want to make sure that I'm giving a fair opportunity for everybody to be heard. All right, all right,
10 seconds.
1 minute, I'll give you a full minute, 1 minute each for each of you.
Thank you. Again, I guess I just asked this for the trustees and the mayor. I guess I'm just a little confused as to if New York State, obviously they make these laws, New York State made the laws. And they understand that they don't know the situation in every single village. And Haverstraw had a similar situation and they pushed the dispensaries to the outskirts. Because no one wanted it in the main street. Again, the guidance clearly states towns, cities, and villages are permitted to pass local laws and regulations governing the time, place, and manner of adult use retail dispensaries. So I guess my question is for the trustees and the mayor, if he wants to answer, is they're saying we can craft our own village. We can make it look like the way we want it to look, feel the way we want it to feel. They're not saying we can't do that. That's why they're giving us that provision and they put it on their website in bold. Specifically that villages can still decide zoning
Okay,
where they exist. So that's my question.
well, your question is, the answer to your question is that we don't think it's an unfair balance to have one dispensary downtown. I think we should have more than one recreational dispensary downtown. I'd like to have one in South Broadway. I'd like to have one on this part because I think it brings in a lot of business that will help the other merchants. But I think a compromise is a compromise. And so I think that we strike a fair balance by going to one. Shai, I know you want to speak, give you another minute. And then we're going to close the public comment or public hearing.
I just want to say that I hope you know that right across the street from the communal kitchen is Creative Arts Workshop that serves 4-year-olds to 11-year-olds every day after school, and kids get bused from elementary school to Creative Arts Workshop. And it's not a public youth facility, but it acts just like one. So what Cal was saying about, yeah, it's right across the street.
But like right across the
Right
street
across
or
the
not?
street.
No, it's
Not
right
across
across
the
the
street.
street. 4-year-olds to
It's not
11-year-olds.
covered by the legislation.
No, I know.
Yeah, no, it's not a public youth facility, but it looks just like one. So that's really the point of this whole thing, was that thinking about Nyack in terms of its unique structure and that our kids are everywhere in downtown getting exposed. You can, they deliver at Treehouse. It's not like you can't get it. It's about thinking what's good for the village and exposing the kids on a daily, regular basis was what this was all about. I don't really understand why we're voting on this tonight. After months and months of talking to you guys and sharing all the people who came here.
Shai, thank you. You'll have the last word. Can I get a motion to close the public hearing? Oh, Listen,
One clarifying question.
you actually got a comment before your comment. Now you want to comment after your comment. Go ahead. Quickly.
Just in regards to that, I know, because I was at the planning board meeting, like a couple weeks ago, and that was where the 500 minimum distance for the public view facilities was added. I just want to know,
We never asked. That was suggestion from them.
and it wasn't
No,
adopted.
we're not done.
So
Thank you, though.
even though it's in the packet, it's not adopted.
It's not in the legislation now.
It's up here.
For the school.
It says for a minimum distance for a public youth facility as defined.
As defined, okay, yes.
Right.
If that's, I'm not looking at it right now. I'm not looking at the legislation right now. The legislation have the,
Is it in there?
I
It's in there.
I believe that was what was added at the last planning board meeting.
no, the planning board didn't add anything. There's nothing. they added.
It's what they suggested. I just want to know if it was
Yeah,
adopted.
they suggested many things. We're not,
Yeah, but it's also.
predominantly a school,
in
yeah,
the
elementary
New
school.
York State cannabis law and regulations.
It's a school, it's an institution. See, we don't, all right, thank you.
No, right,
The point is-
at the planning board meeting, we also talked about, the YMCA.
Yeah, we're
and
not
public
doing anything.
facilities. I know.
I
I just
understand, the
asked-
planning board had a lot of ideas. The
Okay.
planning board, all the ideas have been considered and they're not in the legislation. Thank you.
Gotcha. I just wanted to clarify.
All right. Can I get a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion,
Second.
All in favor?
aye.
Okay, can I now take up resolution 7.15 or action item 7.15, resolution 2025-131 to modify and clarify the proximity regulations regarding adult use recreational cannabis dispensaries in the village. Any other comments or questions from the? Oh, can I get the motion on the table?
Second.
Any comments or questions from the board?
No.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, next item,
We're done with action items.
yeah, we're to department reports.
Yeah.
That will give everybody a minute to filter out. Thank you.
Can't hear you.
You got my good side?
I'm surprised.
Uplands.
He's selling. He's selling for a reason.
He should sell. We need it.
Yeah. Wait,
Very valuable property.
look. Peterson's Grove. I'm just gonna keep saying Peterson's Grove. That's a bigger price tag than two dispensaries. Maybe we should just leave it on the focus.
Yeah. No one's excited here about Best Buddies International, the bike ride. All right, let's take out Minerva and Jack.
And our actual regulars, the
Regulars
regulars.
here. It's just us again. Ruth, hi Ruth. All right, Andy, departmental reports.
Just a quick couple items. One is that, we're looking at adding a week the summer concert series to August 12th. That wasn't actually approved. Literally by this board, but I know this board supports that, so I just want to let you know.
Okay.
August 12th is a Tuesday with the last.
They're rescheduling a rain out from the Tuesday night concerts.
Okay.
They are doing a rain out day, okay,
Right, yeah, so it's just gonna push it by a week or so.
that's great. Do we have the sense of the board, we're okay with the music in the park on Tuesday the 12th?
Yes.
Extending a week because they're doing a makeup because of the rain.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all in favor of that.
Finally get to go to one of them.
I know, it'd be nice.
What was the question?
Who's playing?
Why would it be on the spot? Why?
Why are you saying?
Meat,
Which one?
dead meat on August 12th.
Oh, they're doing dead meat, okay,
Yeah, I don't listen to the Grateful Dead.
yeah.
I know,
Not
It's a
reggae?
very, very.
I'm sure it's like lightning struck somewhere before reach chest.
They should have it. They should have it.
right. Yeah, man.
I know, she's doing, yeah, I'm sure lightning struck near there for my comment.
Some of the things that we work on internally that might not be abundantly obvious, we got a couple projects started at the DPW, the roof project and the salt shed project. The contracts have been awarded, we're in kind of construction planning process right now, so we're for that. I wanted to let you know that we put out bids for the village hall roof and HVAC. And we're not ready to award those yet, the engineers have reviewed those bids, HVAC one came in really high, so it's cost benefit analysis on that.
This will get.
Will it be quieter?
Yeah, that would be quieter, more comfortable overall. So I wanted to let you know about that. The other thing is that working hard on the New York Forward grant proposals for the village. I know we've talked about this topic before. I don't want to go into an extended description, but there's a lot of good work going on between us and the consultants to clarify budgets and proposals and scopes of work and so on and so forth. I'm happy to sit with you individually and kind of go over that if you'd like.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do the projects from the New York Forward, do they come before the village board for approval? Or is that something which the New York Forward public?
So there is a timing issue there. The deadline for projects is August 1st. So we're only having another meeting for that. But there will be an extended period of discussion by the local planning committee, which all the board trustees can go to.
Okay.
And I think the LPC 3 is on August 25th, I think. Where, and at that point, all of the projects which are in play will be discussed and thoroughly presented. And this board should certainly spend some time talking about its own projects as well. In the meeting in September, for example, will probably be a good time for that. And then we'll finalize some of those matters. And one of the key things this board is going to want to see is the sort of scale of the village match, like how much village money you want to commit to each of our projects. It's typically a good idea to show you got skin in the game. That makes the state happier when they're making funding decisions to see local dollars in play. So we want to make sure we kind of make a good judgment around that. So that matter will come up, I think, probably in our September meeting. That'll be after the projects are sort of formally presented to the local planning committee in August.
And can I ask you a question? I know that there was one pet project that I was trying to, I'm sorry, there was, I hate this. There was one.
I know that his volume is huge from.
There was one project, which would be the electronic sign in the river space. Is that part, did you, this one of those, did you put that in, or?
I've been working on that for a while.
I
I
know.
don't understand the banner up there. I'm in a conversation with the owner of the Millbrook building, which is Riverside's building. He's considering making his own standalone funding proposal to the state for improvements to the front of that building, which would include the sign that he owns there. And so I'm happy about that. I'd love to see that building, the frontage of it improve because it means so much to Main Street. And so I'm encouraging him to do that and kind of supporting that application. And we'll see where it goes. If it fails for some reason, then we can still take a look at that pylon sign for the village.
Just to clarify, because it's not immediately clear why it has to go the way it has. We don't own that property, so it can't be a public project. It's gotta be a private project. That's why he's saying that we're trying to encourage the building owner to put in a project to redo the sign as part of their overall things. Now, even if they don't do it as part of this run of projects, it could be something that gets done after November because there is a small project fund.
Right.
And just doing the sign might be appropriate for the small project fund, which will be taken up after, which would be about maybe $400,000, $300,000, what we set aside for it.
Right.
That we set aside separately for small projects of under $25,000 to, do, a building owner might want to redo the front of their building, or they want to do some landscaping, or probably not landscaping, but other things. Other masonry and stuff like that, they could get approved. So we'll be doing that. We've been talking a lot about the wayfinding, about creating a much better set of signs and pillars that tell you this is this way and that's that way and stuff like that. So that's a big part of the project. That's gonna be one of our public projects that we control because it's all gonna be on public space.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I just want to mention that. Also, this weekend on the 26th, the Pollinator Project is having a volunteer gardening event at 10 o'clock. On the corner of what used to be Moger's Garage there, corner of Hyde and 9W. And they very graciously agreed to essentially tear up part of their parking lot on the corner for a landscaping project with pollinator plants. So Kudos to them.
I saw the news about DOT.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. The DOT, the corner there,
Yeah.
they have in their pipeline,
Oh,
a pedestrian crossing
Yeah.
for sometime in the next couple of years.
Well, can I just clarify that? I did see the email on that. I've been dealing with that in a separate municipality and we asked them for some flashing signs last year. And the reason they're doing that is because the capital plan for DOT is they're starting to get it formulated this year, which is why we're in the plan now, because they have a specific allotment for signage and they blew through their allotment like 2 years ago. So that's why it's gonna take till 2027, because we have to vote in the plan for the budget for next year.
Much needed improvement for sure.
So, but that's also my call to say, if there's anything else on our wish list, let's get it to DOT, because it's more than likely to get funded if we get it funded through the capital.
Okay. Thanks, a couple of things.
We'll talk to Pat Carroll.
Dennis, anything else? No, Dennis, Andy, anything else?
Thanks.
Oh, actually, well, I'll take you up on your offer about the New York Forward, because I had some questions from some folks that just need some clarification. So we can
Sure,
talk about that.
anytime.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't we take let's set aside some time at our next meeting, which is August
25th.
21st. Well, 25th is the LPC meeting. It must be the 21st or the 21st.
Yeah.
That'll be before the next LPC meeting, so we'll be able to talk and preview what's gonna happen at the LPC meeting. But should we do a workshop on that meeting, on the on the forward?
Can we, only because I haven't been able to get to the meeting, so I wanna know what's going
Yeah.
on.
Is everybody okay with that if we do a workshop at 6:30 that day on the
Yeah.
21st?
Yeah,
That would
I
be
think
good.
that would be good, and I think I did hear from at least one other person who was not able to make some of the meetings just because of the time of them, so if we wanna like publicly put out there, I think we'll get like some of the people who haven't been able to make it, just so that they can also see and ask questions.
All right, so 6:30, just be prepared that it's a 6:30 meeting on August 21st.
Meetings in August should be illegal.
Hey, listen, I gotta come up for that one, then I gotta come up for the LPC.
Come on, where are you
I'm
going?
gonna be to the shore for a couple of weeks. I'm gonna take them to the beach time.
Once again.
Somebody was apparently at the beach today.
No.
Not me, it's not me, I was here tonight.
Yeah.
Dennis, do you have anything you want to report?
Yeah, well, we're not doing executive. session.
Oh, no executive session.
I'll just keep it simple. Hershko, private attorney, Isaac Hershko, and his LLCs, was represented by an attorney at this morning's court appearance.
Today.
And they will, Mr. Hershko and his LLCs, will be defending the justice court prosecutions against him and his LLCs. He's hired a criminal defense attorney, two hands up, these are not criminal cases. but-
Yeah, so I'm surprised.
So he's hired a defense attorney to vigorously defend his matters. Just FYI.
Which, I mean, how many
These
cases?
go back several years, so at least I think the oldest goes back to 2019. Maybe older.
Others
It's
have,
like
have not.
sidewalks.
There's like 36 cases plus or minus.
One thing has is 59 and that's
It's just like,
Only this.
that's for rent, that's.
Oh,
All right, Linda. You gonna pass, Slate? Any old business that we have to cover? Nothing's listed under new business. Communications, we have a communication, I mentioned this before, Best Buddies International, they wanna do a bike run Saturday, October 4th, 8:30 AM to 10 AM, what's this about?
Yeah.
I'm not looking at the letter right now, so yeah.
It's essentially, it's a group of bicyclists on a charity race coming through the village, kind of like the other one that
The
happened.
Grand
It's called-
something.
The Grand Fiorino.
They
Whatever it is.
leave from the city,
For the fun.
they come through, say, 8:30, 9:30, 10 o'clock, same route, coming up out of Piermont, along Piermont Road. They squiggle up into Upper Nine, get up on 9W and head north, basically.
And we don't close the streets or anything like
No,
that.
it's no closures, no big deal. They work with the police, they get permits from all the villages before the town,
Okay,
and they're good.
everybody okay with that?
About that. I will say, I thought when I heard Best Buddies, I'm like, is this a like dog and bike kind of thing? 'Cause that's not
Nice,
that
yeah.
much. I mean,
Right, stuff.
Sounds
11.2 Cool for Karma, they want to do a self-care event honoring World Mental Health, I guess, Saturday, October 4th. Later in the afternoon, after the bikers come through.
Yeah, it's just some kind of group get together.
You know, they have, let's. We have the new legislation in place to kind of allow us a framework to be able to evaluate this. It's 30 or 40 people, it's non-exclusive, right?
Right,
Anybody can participate, they're expecting 30 or 40 people, but that's just, they're not, yeah.
No, we said 30 or, did we say 30 or less?
40.
40, okay.
We have to make an approval, but I'm just going through, just to get on the record that we've gone through our process that we just established by legislation, that we're going through that same mentality.
It's 40 or more, 40 or less, what the cutoff is, but it's 40s in there.
It's 40.
Okay.
And this is about at the level that we would disapprove of.
To this point, 40 or more? Or,
This board, I bring all park permits to the
you know what I'm saying? When does it go to that higher, more?
I think, I think it is,
40.
yeah,
At
40 or
40
more, over 40.
Over 40 or at 40?
Oh.
Oh my God, that's what I'm saying.
You can go down there and count how many.
You look the legislation, go look it up.
I got so much legislation.
Look it up, find out.
I think it's at 40.
Is everybody okay with
I
that?
think it's at 40.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I mean, this is their estimate, so we don't even, it's not even a
Right,
hard
it's
number.
free, it's non-exclusive.
Free, it's non-exclusive. It's only using
It
part of
does
the park,
fit.
it's not gonna do a heavy use of the park, they're not gonna be kicking up dirt or digging or anything like that. So I think we're okay with this one?
Yeah.
For recognizable groups of 40 or more.
40 or more.
They need a permit.
Yeah,
All right, so we're okay with them getting a permit, because it's gonna be a while before we meet again.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, it's not until October, I feel like we have a few meetings in between, but yes.
They may
will.
wanna start marking on
Those
this.
SOI for August 21.
Okay, but we'll give them the heads up that we're okay with it if they wanna market it, Jenny wants to start marketing. All right, that's it for communications. Any other public comment? Sure, come on up.
Wait, we can't hear you, that's why, sorry.
yeah.
You have to honor the public comment, modem.
Yeah.
We have a modality.
Take the microphone.
Take the microphone, put it up to your mouth, yeah, speak into it, yeah. Hi.
I just want to know what the status of the Nyack Plaza building is that had fire and how have you been doing? And where are you?
It's a good question. The building is gonna be out of commission for at least another 9 months, maybe longer. So no one's moving back there. However, all the residents who were displaced by the fire have been put to the top of the list of to get replacement as units become available in the buildings. They'll be given first opportunity to get those buildings. There's already been about 3 residents who have been given opportunities to move back into the plaza, just not obviously into the building that's been damaged. All the residents who were displaced have been put up in hotels that's been paid for by fundraising, private fundraising. We now have an agreement with the plaza and with HUD that the voucher that applies to the Section 8 building is gonna be transferable to any rental unit, that even a market rate rental unit, as long as the rent is no higher than the rental agreement with the plaza, and the HUD will pay for basically the replacement housing for those residents.
Like wherever it is in another.
Where they can find, if they can find housing anywhere, they can get it, and they can get HUD, they can transfer the voucher from the plaza to the unit that they're gonna be renting. Right now, we've got some volunteer real estate agents looking for housing for the residents, and they're gonna be linking up with the residents to go look at units and find them housing. So they get out of the hotels, because it's gonna be a while before, but even if they go into these replacement units, as opportunities become available in the plaza, the residents can move back into the plaza.
So the goal is to get them all back into.
Yes. But not necessarily into the building that they had, because there's gonna be units that come available in other buildings in the plaza well before the damaged unit gets built up. So when the damaged unit gets rebuilt, it's gonna be for the people on the wait list at that point.
Right, but one day it will be.
One day it will be rebuilt, yes, so one day will be, one day, but they haven't started yet, and they're still assessing the damage is what they're doing. But thank you for the question. And I want to say, thanks to Nicole Hines, who's done an amazing job. I also, think the village staff has been great, in terms of helping out and volunteering and putting more time into, really, working with people. So it's been fantastic, as well as the Bishop Ron, and I'm blanking his last name. Stringfield. Ron Stringfield has really been great at, he's been managing this whole process. He's doing a wonderful job at it.
And just for the other trustees on that note, I know they do an 11:30 Wednesday call.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
with
on it.
that,
Yes.
I've been trying to get onto it, so just.
It's not easy. I was on it, I finally got on,
Mhm,
I finally got on.
mhm.
And I noticed that, somebody,
I'm sorry?
Scorpio's sister.
your sister, I was wondering who that was.
That's me. It's from
Oh,
the fight.
Yeah,
Oh, and I did want to single out Rosa. Rosa's been great. She's been on all the calls. She's been going above and beyond to help the residents. So I really want to express my thanks to her publicly here at the meeting. Any other public comment? We have no executive session. I will entertain at 9:59, 9:58. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second,
All in favor?
I.
Aye, motion carries at 9:58. Our meeting is adjourned.
You know where?
Hey, man.
You know the most stuff, since the.
On the, on the,